Hello Raiders, this is Sly once again, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're actually here in my free-to-play account. So this account is mainly created to help you guys and how to minimize mistakes and to demonstrate and guide you how to be a better free-to-play Raiders. So right now, we're going to discuss top prayers, their skills and purpose, where to use them, and how are you going to use them. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and discuss every faction, the rares that are actually viable for each and every content of this game. All right. We're gonna talk all of the different factions here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. All right, so for Banner Lords, well, looking on all of the rares here, and I can't really see anything um, exceptional. There are actually rares which are good, but of course, we're considering the viewers are actually free to plays or low spenders. So I don't want you guys to spend all your resources, waste your resources, and ended up like leveling up these rares, which you can rarely use in the game. So there's nothing here in Banner Lords. Probably there's like Valerie who can what's this? Um, she can do shields, so she probably can be used in faction wars. But there are some void rares, but not really so much compared to other faction. So let's go ahead and go with the high elves. All right, so high elves, there are actually two I pick out of this faction. So of course, first we know all about apothecary. Apothecary is actually one of the best support that can do 3 turn plays 30% increased speed and allies for 2 turns. Fill out turn meter of all allies. So Apothecary is still being used in Arena and Gold Arena and 3v3 as a second booster. So how it works is first you're gonna have a champion like Arbiter, speed lead, and a booster, and then followed by Apothecaries. No one can intercept. Okay? All right, or take a between in your your champion's turn. Of course, you want to go your composition run smoothly. Their combination, skills combination, so you don't want someone to intercept. Okay. All right, so that's a good thing about Apothecary, and of course, famous about the critical heal, which can be once booked, it can be cooldown can be minimized in 2 turns. All right, and this like attack 3 times at random. So if you're gonna build him with masteries, okay, if you have gems, because I used to max his masteries 'cause I was using him in clan boss. I don't have those like really good gems for clan boss. For the meantime, I used to put carry up until nightmare. Then I finally got the counter attack gems. So that's so much about it. Okay, Giant Slayer is actually the best. Okay, Apothecary, the best like masteries for him, and then support 3. If you can use defense, it's okay. I use support because to build stats and of course the speed and accuracy doesn't really matter, and then just the heal. All right, Apothecary can be used in Fire Knight as well, along with Gold Heart. All right, Belaware, Reliquary Tender if you would like to um, make your run like 100% win rate. So he's really good and support. All right, so the second one, this is going to be a Void rare, Reliquary Tender. Probably not most of you, but there are like a few of you who knows Reliquary Tender is really valuable in endgame. So I still used her in this probably or this Ice Golem tournament that's probably already ended. So I still use her because her kit is really good for support. So just imagine 3 turn cooldown once booked, removes all buffs from all allies, then places 15% continuous heal. So in Ice Golem, she is really needed. because you don't want your champions not to heal because of the black heal reduction by one of the mobs, all right, from like Ice Golem Bodyguard, and then there's also like decreased defense, all right. She has like increase, but that this doesn't really matter. And one good thing about this, making your run like 100% successful, is the revive here, okay. Although you probably have a team which can really, complete Ice Golem, but it won't be 100%. Some composition can't be 100% without actually her. So I use like the Miscreated Monster. There's also like Frozen Banshee because I was killing the Ice Golem and like just doing a poison. I'm gonna let you know the tricks. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna let you guys know the tricks and how to use poison in Ice Golem. All right, so the revive and this lady here actually has a potential in the upcoming Void Tower because all know there's like a lot of buffs coming from the boss, and there's like a rare only team. So, right, you won't regret it, guys. I built her with in my main account. I leveled her up to 60, but there's are also accounts that I took over, which I already all only built her like 50, and we were able to complete the faction wars using her, and of course Arbiter and some other champs. Okay, you can probably just do 50. All right, so that's pretty much about it. Well, Elaine is a good, but I won't really recommend her because there's a lot probably of epics and champs. But if you really don't have, all right, I'm not gonna recommend her stop prayers in the game simply because she doesn't have. Of course, she can do damage. Everyone can do damage, but doesn't have enough utility skills. All right. Now, let's go to Sacred Order. So, Sacred Order, um, see here, rares. Well, I can't see anything. I wouldn't recommend Aethel because, yeah, we know Aethel, well, can do damage. Again, like I said, most of the champs here can do damage if geared properly, but as you progress along, she can't really be used. So there's no top rares here. There are some that I actually use for faction wars like this, just to support. But again, depending, because you don't want to spend too much resources and then end up them putting into a vault. Okay, so there's none here for rares. Okay. All right. Again, this is my own opinion based on my experience and knowledge about this game. All right. So if you feel that there are really champions that I wasn't able to mention, feel free to comment it below. So second, or the fourth one is going to be the Barbarians. All right. So the famous raiders here, no, um, other than War Maiden. So War Maiden, she's farmable, so she's good in early on in the game. You don't have to like, because books is kind of a bit difficult for, of course, a free to play and low spenders. All right, so there are like content creators as well talking about all this stuff now. I, I'm not really. I won't disagree with them, but I don't think they've experienced playing as a free to play where you really don't have to spend anything on your account. You know, again, I'm on the free to play and low spender side, so all right. Yeah, this lady here is really good. Can do AoE in 3 turns. Okay, and then she can be farmed, so you can fully book her. And then Soulbound Boyer. All right, Soulbound Boyer, she's really good in Faction Wars and Spiders, Fire Knight. Um, okay, yeah, I can recommend as a top prayers. And then probably Mark if you really don't have anything that could block debuff. In this account, in my free-to-play account, I built her to 60. Because imagine you can block debuff and then it has a cooldown once you actually book her, 3 turn cooldown. So as long as you cast this skill before the um, boss AoE, then definitely, okay, this champion is viable for clan boss. Although some of her kits, well, it's not really that good. Um, Decreased defense, yeah, you can do 30% decreased defense, okay, but you're looking for like 60% decreased defense, right? Now, if you wanna build her to 60 for clan boss, she can also be used in faction wars, as this skills is really essentials in faction wars. All right. Now, those are three that I would recommend. Again, it's up to you guys, depending really on what you have and your resources. So as you go along the process, but I would, let you think about it first. If there's an upcoming event that you have a lot of shards, I suggest, you know, pulling those or summoning those shards first, and then check if you really don't have anything, okay, to level up. All right. Now let's go to the Ogren. So Ogren, there's just one void that I would recommend because I've used most of them. This is a new guy in town, so not really. Um, I would really recommend this guy built up leveled up to 60. But this is actually one of the best epic. Okay, although Bellower cannot be used in Clan Boss, he can be used in Dragon, in Fire Knight, in Ice Golem, all right, in Arena as well for like what do you call that? Ally team attack composition. All right, and it's up to you. You wanna put him on like tanky stun set, or you wanna put him on a like some damage with the stun set, because that's what I did in my Belaware. Like say around like 200 crit, and then stun set and a little bit of accuracy. All right, so he, he's really viable and he's really essential to your progress in this game. Okay, spiders. All right, no problem. Okay, so all right, let's go to Lizardman. All right, so for rares here, I would recommend Haruspex if you don't have Apothecary. Haruspex yet. Um, this guy can also be viable in faction wars. Just level him up to 50. Along with Broadmo if you have that fused. Okay. Because they can do revive, and then probably if you have Razin or Jareg or whatnot, okay, um, that can be used as like DPS, and then that's it. Again, you need first, of course, to check if you already have one that can revive. Okay, I would recommend Reliquary Tender instead of him, because Reliquary Tender is basically can do cleanse and revive. Although he can like also do some stuff like Apothecary. All right, but I would, yeah, still recommend Reliquary Tender because that's basically this what's the support is all about. Cleanse, debuffs, heals, and then revive. All right, but he's good as well. All right, depending on what you have. Bogwark, well, yeah, I would recommend as top prayers. Basically, he can be used for clan boss attack, um, and then he has some utility here, which can be good as well. But I wouldn't really recommend if you already have like attack down champs. If you don't have anything and he's struggling getting high score in clan boss, he can be used along with the coffin smasher for different affinities clan boss. So that's about it. All right. So probably just one that I could recommend, Harris Specs. And for clan boss, if you didn't have anything, you can go with Walker. Okay, so let's go to Skinwalkers. All right, Skinwalkers here. Um, well, the only one I could recommend is Nalhorn. So Nalhorn basically for provoke and tank champion. You can put him on like defense and resistance. So the unkillable won't be removed easily. And just imagine this skill, okay? So this is really important. He's actually above those epic champs. All right, he can do provoke and all. I mean, it's just for one turn, but it's basically that's a it's really a you know uh, like a big deal for all enemy provoke, and then if you build him in the right speed, then he can uh, s- cast unkillable, okay, before he he actually got knocked down. Okay, that's it. Then let's see here. All defense budget with 27%, so defense lead. Okay. I used him in spiders just to complete the mission because I don't have the misgraded monster. So although it's not like a 100% run, probably 60 to 70%, but at least I was able to get Arbiter because of him. Built him in a resistance set, and then kind of some defense, all right, and accuracy, of course, to land this um, provoke. Okay. So that's all for uh, Greybeard. I won't recommend Greybeard because it's just a waste of resources. But if you don't have any option, yeah, you can build him. Um, that's it. Now let's go to the orcs. Okay, so orcs here um, don't really have the no probably the champion that would stand out. This one is like Void, all right? Attack two times. This basically for attack down champion. If you don't have any attack down for clan boss, he can be used. Again, there are content creators probably just making videos, but of course you need to consider the one you're actually helping with. If you're helping, like there are a lot of guys, suggesting this, and that, but technically, it doesn't make any sense because if you're talking to a free to play or low spenders and you let them build this guy, and they don't have those equipments or the gears, how are they gonna work this out, right? You need to think, okay? You need to profile who you're speaking with, who you're dealing with. It's not just to brag about your builds and your how they use them, but you definitely don't have same great haul, same gears, same resources, even the masteries. Well, you do have resources to max the masteries, but imagine how those free-to-play and low spenders, okay, if they're following you, all right, they would just really get disappointed. Okay. All right, so you need to consider that, just not just giving them like a guide without knowing like their resources, their status, all right, their spendings in this game. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend him, but if you don't really have any like attack down champs for clan boss, you can use him for the meantime. Okay, so let's go to the demon spawn. All right, for rares, the only thing I would recommend is Fell Down, mainly because he can be used for arena, a nuke team, and then he can be used as a farmer, 6-second farmer if you really have an OP gears. All right, nothing else. That's basically for Fellhound and of course for Faction Wars. Okay, because this can save one of your revivers support from dying, and then a little bit of heal, and then if you put him on a stun set, yeah, he could definitely, um, you know, immobilize the mobs there. All right. So the lead is for Faction War Cribs, just 19% defense, not really that much. But this is the only rare I can see that is viable for some content of the game. Okay. Now, let's go to the Undead. Okay, so the Undead, pretty much there's probably a lot of here. First, of course, is Frozen Banshee. This is like a legend. All right. She's being used eh, mainly, or best actually is for clan boss. And probably you guys don't know this yet, but some already know. But you can kill Ice Golem, which is a poison, without activating Ice Golem AoE attack. Okay, that could freeze anyone, that would one hit anyone. You can kill the Ice Golem by just poisoning him. All right, poison damage wouldn't trigger his passive AoE. All right, and then if Grave Chill, if you don't have Rasen yet, and then if you, I use actually her before Fane, but if you already have Fane, no need to. Um, You can as a substitute if you have like a blue affinity for clan boss, but that's mainly her purpose. Okay, so I wouldn't Banshee. Yeah, I would recommend to level her up to 60. Grave Chill if you don't have it. I have her leveled up because I don't have any champion yet until I got Fane, and she's still being used for clan boss, but that's it. That's where you can use her. What else? This guy. So this guy is really for support. He can be used in any dungeon, mainly of the shield. It goes to max HP on this champion for 2 turns. So and then this one fills third meter by allows by 30%, plays 60% increased defense, and can be used also for faction wars. But think about before leveling him up to 60. 50 I would suggest, but if you wanna use him in faction wars, yeah, it's up to you. And that's it. No other champion, okay? There are probably champion that can be worked on, but again, we're considering your resources here, okay? We just don't wanna blindly recommend you anything that is probably not viable in the end part of the game, okay? So, because that's what I want you to realize, efficiency. That's my biggest mistake is building up just champs, of course, and not realizing, not uh, thinking about the future content of this game. So that's it. That's pretty much for this guy. He can be probably level up to 60 just for mainly for faction wars, just to get you some revive champion. But if you were able to get this champions here, OP Legos, no need to. All right. So Dark Elves. Okay. So for rare, well, Kale, if you have him for a first started champ, yeah, I would recommend. But Kale, yeah, I know some say Kale can do damage. Of course, most of the champions can do damage if geared properly. But this skill will be useless as you progress, as you approaching end game. For clan boss, yeah, you don't wanna just poison clan boss for just 2.5%. Well, you can use him if early on in the game if you're able to get like a farmer, an AoE champ. Okay, well you can forget Kale, but if not, you can level him to 60 because he's really good, especially this um, A2 here, which can fill turn meter by 25% for each enemy killed. So he's a good farmer though. All right, and the best, of course, Void is Cold Heart, a game changer. I don't have her yet because of her enemy at max HP and damage based on enemy max HP and attack, decreased turn meter. So basically, most of you already know Cold Heart. All right, and of course the rare MVP in Clan Boss is just Painkeeper because of her decreased cooldown and of course heals. All right, you can level her up to 60. She can be used in Faction Wars, another content of the game. So Paragon can be used as a cheese. So you don't really have to level him up. Just put him like in a really just speed. If you want to use Paragon and Spiders, so probably around 120 and above speed. You don't have to put like HP or defense, so he can be attack even though you have like an off affinity champ. So, all right. That's pretty much about it. So this two is really recommended. Cold Heart and the Painkeeper. Kale, well, can be a substitute if you already have like a farmer, an AoE champ. You didn't really just to minimize or to maximize your resources, to be efficient with your resources. Okay, so let's go to Night Revenant. Okay, Night Revenant. Only thing I can see viable for clan was this guy. Probably normal or nightmare, brutal to nightmare, because attack 3 times, so attack down, some HP burn. Okay, that you really need a lot of books here, and then AOE attacks. Um, Now, if you already have one, then you don't have to build. If you already have an attack down champ, you don't have to build him. But again, we're talking about rares. I can recommend him. And also Renegade, because Renegade AI is probably better than Kaimar. I'm not sure how Kaimar works, but there are some like really buff and then you know need for Kaimar to trigger the cooldown uh, resets. Okay, of course, Kaimar is a Lego and Renegade is just a rare. So most of you probably guys have her. You can run like Septimus or two Cold Heart or Royal Guard. Just don't put her any speed and then make your Cold Heart around like 185 and up. All right, so once Cold Heart was able to take his like um, Heat Seeker, and then comes Renegade with reset cooldown, and that's it. You can do speed run for the spider boss. Okay, so another dungeons, yeah, she can be used. So she's mainly used for speed runs and then faction wars as well. She probably can be used if you have those like champions that has like utility for increased defense, increased block debuff, so it would lessen the cooldown. All right, that's it. And let's go to the last one, the dwarf. Okay, so for rares, not seeing any good rares really for dwarves. There are some support here. This guy, I used him. All right. Probably just for support, you can have him level up to, um, just 60, or I'm sorry, 50. And I seen a video using this guy, but that really did have to spend all your resources just to uh, max him out. But he can probably do some damage. Um, but the really the what I could recommend you guys is Bulwark, because basically Bulwark can be used in Clan Boss, and we all know Clan Boss is the most important features to this game because that's where you can really get shards, potions, books. All right, Bulwark can be used in Ultra Nightmare. Okay, if properly geared and you have your Great Hall really maxed out. He can do extend and some damage. So Bulwark probably does some heavy damage, A1 and A2, and can be a lead, all right, to extend debuff and of course this defense in all battles by 17%. Okay, so far I use some of these champs, but I don't want really guys to level them up. So probably 50. This guy I won't recommend him. He is probably viable, but you need him to really have a good gears, level him up to 60, and then put full masteries. But after that, what are you gonna do with this guy? Okay, if you have some epics that is really viable in Canvas, and Dwarf has some really few epics, but these epics are actually really good and viable in some content of the game. So Rearguard for Clan Boss, Crystal Jar for Clan Boss. This is for Arena and Ice Golem, like can do one single hit heavy damage. Birdal can be good for Clan Boss, Faction Wars. That's it. But we're talking about rares here, okay? So Bulwark probably is the one. But if you wanna level them, some of these guys here, you can just probably do 40 or 50. All right, and wait uh, till you have really a good sets of champs, okay, that can be viable in most of the content of this game. So that's all about for me, guys. If you know something, some rares that are really viable, and you think that that would help our viewers here, our free to play and low spenders. Feel free to put a comment below and to suggest a rare that you've probably experienced. So I don't want, guys, again, I don't want like speculation, hearsay, okay, without you being experiencing this, because I've known a lot of person who probably just saying stuff without them experiencing it and end up not understanding the game. They know probably that champion, but they don't understand how it works. So that's it. All right. If you like the video, hit like, and again, feel free to subscribe. All right, because I need that to make better content in the future. Okay, again, this content I made is mainly for free to play and low spenders. I know probably some people are already ahead of the game, but I'm just trying to help those free to play and low spenders, trying to keep up, trying to compete with all the whales. All right, not really compete, but again, to keep up. All right, as we love the game, and thank you. This is Sly once again. Have a great day. Bye bye for now.